That place we were sent to, the land of... And did you see those columns of ice? The one... Afterwards, I realized the columns were reminiscent of a phenomenon. When seawater freezes and turns, this brine is heavier than the water around it. It therefore sinks deeper into the ocean. As it flows towards the ocean floor, its lower temperature, and as this process continues, it can produce... Any living creatures unfortunate enough to become entangled in these can be frozen. Little wonder they're called...
His name is Neil. Neil Vanna.
Neil Vanna? Oh, here I thought he said Nirvana. There must still be tar in my ears.
It seems that the ID card you brought back belonged to the man himself. Charlie helped me dig up the details.
The card was issued by Bridges years ago, when the chiral network was still being developed. Records confirm that Vanna has been dead for some time.
So he was a member of Bridges?
No, it doesn't look like he was.
Vanna was a porter contracted by Bridges to handle jobs with special requirements. Like all of you, he was a doom sufferer who leveraged his abilities.
A top-notch porter by all accounts. He worked the Mexican border. Brought over all kinds of useful stuff.
Ostensibly, resources and medical supplies. But in truth, he transported drugs and other prohibited goods.
So he was a smuggler?
Vanna's ID card served as a key to some of Bridges' secure installations, though only a select few, of course. Specifically, those dedicated to the BB experiments, along with various other medical facilities.
I believe that the place you went to for counseling was one of them.
But everything in that area was obliterated 11 years ago by a void out. One in which Neil Vanna died. And from which you alone, Sam, were fortunate enough to emerge alive. Prior to all that, your counseling sessions made you a regular visitor, yes? Well, records indicate Vanna frequented the same facility. There's a fair chance that the two of you might have met before. Do you recall seeing him?
It's hardly surprising. A great number of people pass through there all the damn time. No one would remember them all.
Sam, it's Charlie. We've received your next assignment. This main order can be undertaken by accessing the delivery terminal at East Fort Knott. While you attend to that, we'll continue our investigation into Neil Vanna. I'll keep you posted.
By the way, Sam, you saw Tomorrow with the apples in the corridor, right? It seems she was training. trying to gain more control over her temporal abilities.
Feels good.
Taking green unripened apples and attempting to age them until they're red and ready to eat. But she's still having trouble getting it just right. She's taking it too far and making them rotten. There's no need to rush things. She'll get the hang of it soon enough. In the meantime, let's continue to support her.
From this location, you should be able to... Your next objective can be... Once again, you'll need to link up several sites. The first such site to be brought online is the Pick up the main order on this delivery.
The glasses, I mean. I wish I had my own pair. Pity they don't come in doll size.
Don't forget, we're all rooting for you.
Gotcha.
Wowzer!
that one. Gotcha. That's the place, huh?
Good day, Sam. Drawbridge credentials verified. Welcome, Sam.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility.
Good to see a friendly face. It's been a while since I've had visitors. I'll check your car. There's barely any damage I can see. That's great. Really great. I can't tell you how relieved I am that you got it here safe and sound. How did you manage to handle so many orders at once? I should have no trouble continuing my... All right. Use your Cupid to connect my...
Now displaying your current porter grade.
I'm finally part of the chiral network. I've been looking forward to this moment. I should be able to conduct research. Please accept this by way of thanks. I picked up this accessory in the UCA. You should try attaching it to your backpack. Oh, and in case you're curious, the cargo you brought me contained a stock of cryptobiote. I've taken to calling them They appear to alter your body's internal clock for a just another example of the many ways the Death Strand. It's introduced us to Timefall and the Beat. You know, I can't help but wonder if extinction entities are related to... Anyway, I'm glad you're here. Well, it was bad enough that they gave up... They still managed to deliver my last shipment, but it was... When I asked what had happened, they just said it was the work of the... People have been talking about the rider for a while. And there's this guy not far from here who's... I sent him some details, and he said he'd need to ask around. You should keep your eyes peeled for trouble until he figures out. Their chronobiotes can accelerate various... Simply put, eating one should make everything... Much like Timefall, which... And the beach, where time stands still. This disruption of the natural temporal... Continued study of chronobiotes should therefore help us to solve the greatest... At least, that's what I've come to believe. So I've heard a little bit... You know, the mass extinctions of apparently, all these ancient events were set... I'm told there was a human extinct... And that EEs had umbilical... The parasitic chiromicrobes that latch on... So, you could even think of them as another... It's a pattern that shows we can't... And the reason why I believe further study of these microbes could help... Now that I have a chiral network connection... I hope this... With no one else around to make deliveries, I would... Oh, by the way, a suborder just got It's probably in your interest to find out more anyway. And, who knows, you might even be a... I just hope we can get to the bottom of things soon. Thanks again, and take care.
Well then, Sam. Could you join me on the break?
You're always appreciated.
Disengaging weapons restrictions.
We managed to learn a few more things about Neil Vanna. You may remember that he was a porter contracted by Bridges. That's what we told you before. Since then, I received a mail.
Another one from our very own Hartman, I'm guessing. Look, we sure we can trust them? Whoever they are?
They are almost certainly someone on the inside. Someone with access to the UCA's administrative systems. It seems Neil Vanna was attending therapy sessions.
But the real revelation is who Vanna's therapist was. Charlie, can you please explain?
A specialist who worked with other doomed sufferers, including one Sam Bridges. She was your therapist and your partner.
Lucy?
Neil Vanna's name was on her client list. Right there in black and white.
That's crazy.
We also uncovered a photo you should see.
Per the records, they perished in a void out which claimed an entire city. A void out only you survived, Sam.
Lucy was pregnant at the time.
It wasn't mine. The child she was carrying. She straight up told me to my face. I never had any kids. She was just my shrink, helping me to work through my often phobia. That's all she ever was to me. It's okay. It's all right.